I'm gonna ignore most of the tits for the meantime. Yes. Okay, let's continue on then. On to the next day, and we're at school. Huzzah! Colonel Sanders? Ah, of course, that's right up her alley. I understand her wanting to take home Sakato and Rika-chan, but I can't understand the Colonel Sanders. What's so good about that four-eyed geezer? Probably better to hear it from Renan, don't you think? You probably just say because it's just so cute though. Did Rena often go to the construction site to hunt for treasure? Every now and then she says she's going to have a look. But a girl her age rummaging around in a garbage is, well, if Rena enjoys it then I think it's fine. What were they doing over there? Damn construction? Had been bugging me since yesterday like an itch I couldn't scratch. Hahaha, it was cancelled a long time ago. Everyone gathered together and fought against it. Hearing an ominous word like fought came from Rika-chan's mouth startled me. That's right, it was unbelievable. They said Hirazawa would be sunk into the reservoir and we had no say in the matter. So I'm only able to be here because the protest succeeded. I'm sorry. I didn't keep you, did I? My deepest apologies, Cage said. It took me a while to powder my nose. Doctor, wait to use the can until you really have to go. It's a lot easier since it shoots right out. How dare you speak that way to a maiden of unparalleled beauty such as myself? Who was she calling a maiden? If Sato really was a maiden, she wouldn't have reacted like that. The usual hijinks ensued. Now then, gentlemen, in accordance with the rules of our society, I will bring a point to discussion. He, Heiichi Maibara, wishes to be included as a member of our activities. What say you? Rena has no objections. Ho 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 ho. I wonder if the likes of this peasant is up to the task. Me and Sakato both approve. The three that Mion had queried voiced their approval. A unanimous decision. Congratulations, Keiichi Maibara-kun. I present you the honor of being allowed to take the entrance exam for our club. Start from the beginning. I didn't say I would join. What club is this? What our club does, you see, in order to cope with our various complicated societies, we perform various activities under different sets of rules. Sometimes they are in your favour, and sometimes they work against you. I'm pretty weak. I prefer if you didn't single me out. Let's try to get along. You're so naive, Rena. The law of the jungle is survival of the fittest. This was starting to sound a bit sketchy. So what kind of club is it? To sum it up, it's a club where we play games together. Rika-chan was the only one to answer my question with a pertinent response. So basically this club, Mion's hobby of collecting games put Mion's hobby of collecting games to use. Playing the various games that Mion had hoarded every day, it seemed that depending on the day there were prizes for the winner or a penalty for the person who finished in last place. I'll make this clear right now, we aren't playing house here. You should treat each win or loss as if your life depends on it, alright? But what's wrong with just having fun? Don't make it sound so crazy. The first rule of our society, aim only for first place. Going at it half-assed just because it's just a game is not allowed. Rule number 2 of our society, for that reason you are obligated to make all possible efforts. The way Sato said it sounded like she was saying use any means necessary. Of course, I would do my best to. I'm pretty weak, but I'm trying my best. I knew what they were trying to say. In a game where everyone is aiming for the top, it's rather unsportsmanlike to play just for fun. Alright, then I, too, will go all out. With that, I was finally ready for the rite of initiation, my baptism into the club. A word of warning, K-chan. Rena can still get pretty nasty. This initiation looked like it's gonna be rough. So what are we playing today then? Mion began fishing around in the student lockers in the back of the room. They have the games here at the school? Well, it's club equipment, so I guess it's fine. Complicated games would put K-chan at a disadvantage. So today, we'll play a game that you should be familiar with. How about a standard card game, like Own Bachelor? And why is the text suddenly moving? Okay. Alright, let's do this. No idea what this game is. Really can't get into it unless there's a penalty. This time, the loser will be sentenced to having their face drawn on. What do you think? Whoa, it won't be oil-based paint, right? Right? Oil-based face painting. Face painting with oil-based paint? This is perfect! Sakato cheered the idea on. She didn't even flinch at the thought of such a severe penalty. It seemed like she was raring to go. If it's going to be like this, then I can't lose either. Then I'll just cut the deck and start dealing. Old Bachelor is pretty much the same as Old Maid. The only difference, there's no Joker. In its place, one card is pulled out of the start, meaning there will be one card without a match left over at the end. You don't know which card will end up being the Joker. It's a pretty thrilling game. Oh god, it got serious here all of a sudden. I'll take the card now. Rena took out one card and left it face down on the table. Everyone stared at the card intently. Well, it'll be pretty obvious in the end game. No way to tell at the start. But the rest of them were very serious. They didn't seem as relaxed as I was. They compared their cards to the one face down, all while gauging the other's reactions. It was as if they could see what the card face down was. No, it couldn't be. This deck is pretty worn out. No way. Can everyone tell by the scratches what the card on the table is? Remember the second rule of our society. Keiichi must try his hardest to win as well. A number of cards were quite unique. Keiichi should be able to remember them pretty quickly. He said that as a matter of factly? Suits me fine. Don't think a little thing like that will be your crutch. I lashed out angrily, but it was rather obvious I was at a disadvantage. After all, they all gone so far to memorize the wear and tear of each individual card. This wasn't a simple game of Old Bachelor. If this was a test, then they were simply playing with the answer sheet in front of them. Bring it! I'll take your advantage of your carelessness and beat you at your own game. That baseless confidence would soon be crushed. How would I tell your hand starting from the right? 3, 4, 9, Jack, Queen. What? By the way, the Bachelor is the Jack of Diamonds. I can tell what they are even if you switch them around. I am out. I thought I was prepared, but for it to be this brutal, just overwhelming. The demons, you're all demons. Rena isn't a demon, are you? Sorry, Keiichi-kun. This is the 3 of Hearts, isn't it? I'm out. No. Whoa. Not even a hint of mercy. Rena, even Rika-chan. These club activities weren't to be trifled with, and alumnus of this club would definitely survive in the cruelest of situations. If our entire class had self-detonating collars strapped to their necks and were dropped into a deathmatch on a deserted island, these guys would probably take it like fish to water. I can already picture their joy as they hunt down each of their classmates. If they were put into into a situation like in Danganronpa, they'd just come out on top, wouldn't they? It's a lowest point system. The order itself takes the points, and whoever has the lowest point total wins. Since Keiichi finished last, he has 5 points. There's already a 5 mark down on my scoreboard. I think it's unfair to Keiichi-kun if we don't use a new deck. It's fine. Kei-chan is a man after all. He can turn the tables even if the odds are stacked against him, right? It's fitting for a lowly peasant to scamper home and soak their pillow in tears, don't you think? A petite hand laid itself on top of my head, which was trembling from uncontainable frustration. It was Rika-chan's. Keep on fighting, yeah! Thanks to Rika-chan's words of encouragement, I was able to calm down. You need to calm down, especially when you're cornered. That was the power I can muster during this crisis. Think clearly, Keiichi Maibara. Take your time and look at the cards carefully. It's just as Reda said, each card has its own distinct markings that made them stand out. Memorizing them should be pretty simple. Think about what you can do in this situation. Try everything in your power to improve your chances of victory. Whoa, great, Keiichi-kun, just like that. I cover the uniquely marked cards with my hands or other cards, arrange them in such a way that they couldn't be seen. The ones with the ripped corners should be the 5, and I'm out. I couldn't let any of these precious hints slip me by. All information is a weapon. Then it was my turn. Nakuto found out her cards for me. You see, I want the 7. Is it this one? I wonder about that. You won't know unless you take it. There was a bit of dismay in her expression, like she doesn't want it to be taken, that kind of expression. I won't let that momentary lapse slip me by. I know, it's this one. Got it. 7 of spades, huzzah! A cheer rang out. Whoa, what is this? The 7 should be the hardest one to tell apart. It wasn't from memorizing the markings. Those slight changes in their expressions as I was selecting a card were enough. Can't hide it from me, Kei-chan. This mark means it's the 2 of diamonds. What? She was startled by her own misread. Of course, everyone else was too. Whoa, it's rare that Michan gets a card wrong. No. Kei-chan, could it be you? They told them apart by different marks. That mark was a nail scratch. So I put a new one on it. Are you saying he disguised it as the 2 of diamonds? What an apprentice show of wit. This is a really over the top card game we're doing here. Kei-chan landed a clean hit. Clap, clap, clap. That's great, Keiichi-kun. That was an incredible match, you know. Having defeated the Forerunner Mion, my brilliant battle left me ecstatic. But by total points, it was already set in stone that Mion would win and I would finish last. I laughed haughtily, selecting the tone of my voice carefully to get on Mion's nerves. Well, looks like I'm going to end up the loser, but I'm satisfied with one-upping Mion at the end. That should be the proverbial slap in the face to Mion, who was at the top already and ensured victory. Even if Kei-chan gets first place this round, they'll still end up last place overall. don't you hate that? Of course I do. Let's have a duel. One chance. If you win, then we'll swap first and last place. How about it? You up for it? She fell for it. A chance for an upset that would be possible without goading her into it. One chance, you say? Let me hear the rules. Mion discarded 2 cards from her hand and replaced one with the Joker that was on the table. Then shuffled the resulting hand behind her. The card in my right or the card in my left. If K-chan can guess which hand the Joker's in, then he wins. When you turned around just now, you didn't pull out the Joker, didn't you? You didn't pull out the Joker, did you? If you lose, I'll show the card in the other hand. That's okay. The other 3 gulped nervously at this unexpected turn of events. Alright, you got it. Leon grasped 1 card in her hand and thrust them out at me. First, I needed to inspect them closely. The card on the right has no distinguishing marks. I couldn't tell which one it was. Which one, I wonder? Keiichi-kun, be careful. Yeah, of course, this is my chance for a big comeback. Looking closely at the card on the left, I saw a little wear. It wasn't one I had seen before. Ah, that card is... I didn't let that bit from Sakuto slip me by. Mion clucked her tongue. I didn't recognize the mark on the left card from the small number I had memorized. I didn't know what the card on the left was, but I could tell from Sakuto's reaction that the card had already appeared during the game. Since it had already appeared before, it meant that it definitely wasn't the Joker. Oh, Kei-chan thinks it's the one on the right. Will you choose that one then? Will you? The left card definitely wasn't a Joker. If I could trust that theory, then I should have been able to declare that the card on the right was the Joker. Without Mion's taunting, the one on the right was the most suspicious. But wasn't it a bit too rash to decide solely based on Sakuto's reaction? More carefully. Ah! I remember now. That mark, the left card, no doubt about it. The 7 of clubs. It's the 7 of clubs, I see. I've won. The card on the left is the 7 of clubs. So that meant the card on the right was the Joker. Just then, just before my hand touched the right card, I froze. I would expect no less from you. There was a wave of murmurs among the onlookers at There was a wave of murmurs among the onlookers at my sudden halt, right before I confirmed the right card was the Joker. Huh? What could Keiichi-san possibly be saying? I mean, the left one is... Oh, what makes you so certain that the right isn't the Joker, Kei-chan? Mion let loose an unexpected question. Everyone else was baffled. I don't know what the card on the right could be, but I know the one on the left is the 7 of clubs. Then, doesn't that leave the right one as the Joker? One of them has to be the Joker, right? Yeah, one of these is the Joker, right? Keiichi has good intuition. Huh? Higurashi, what do you mean by... So basically, the 7 of clubs, I discarded that by matching it with Sakuto's 7 of spades earlier. Everyone's attention snapped at the discarded pile at the same time. Truth of the matter couldn't be discerned from the sloppy pile. So that means Mion pickpocketed one of the discarded cards, then aligned it over the left card, and that means... I see, I get it. This left card is being disguised as the 7 of clubs, right? It was the first time since the start of the match that a shadow ran across Mion's expression, and I didn't let that slip by. With a grand flourish, I declared it loudly. The Joker is the left one! It was an intense moment. That 1 second felt like an eternity for everyone there. Breaking that silence, the first one to speak was Mion. Being the first president of this club, I've been witness to a variety of performances. Kei-chan, yours is the best. The best of the best of the best. That was probably the greatest compliment Mion could give. Mion accepted her defeat, dropping the cards from both hands. My comeback victory! Rika-chan placed her hand on my head and began petting it, congratulating me on the victory. Yay! We won! Huh? Rika-chan is... Rena and Sakuto gapped at us as if they'd seen a ghost. What is it, Rena? It's not as if I cheated or anything, this was fair and square. Rika only pets someone on the head to console them. Huh? What's the meaning of this? At that moment, Rena let out a small shriek. Keiichi-kun, this is how it was. You know, Kei-chan, I thought you read into it that far. Everyone froze. No, it was just me. It was a gamble. You just had to jump to conclusions like a little brat, then I would have lost. It was the answer everyone was certain about. Mion picked up the card from the losing hand. Kei-chan, you know you shouldn't take pride in this loss. He turned it around. It was the card that proclaimed the victor of this duel. The card under the 7 of clubs. Unbelievable. It was the 2 of diamonds. It was a setup behind the setup. If I just picked the right one without reading so deeply into it. I, Mion Sonozaki, as the club president, do accept Keiichi Maibara's membership into our club. I slumped to my knees, dazed. Everyone let out a round of applause for the excellent effort I gave despite my defeat. The match is now over. Today's victor is me, Mion Sonozaki, and our exalted loser is Keiichi Maibara. Everyone made a commotion, applauding it cheerfully. I felt I was bested, but I was so soundly beaten that I unexpectedly felt rather refreshed. When Mi-chan pulled that little trick behind her back, I got excited thinking she's going to do it again. When Keiichi-san stopped the moment before touching the correct card, I thought he fell for it. He fell for it quite handily. Huh? Hey, wait. All of them knew from the start I still got so excited so earnestly? Everyone got excited to make it more fun. You're all demons, you're all monsters. Now then, Kei-chan, it's time for your penalty. Since it's your first day participating, I'll go easy, okay? It would be a problem if you refused to come to school. The other 3 members held down my arms and shoulders firmly. Mion approached, licking her lips. Her right hand pulled out something out of her pocket. That's a felt tip marker. It's large and oil-based. Okay, here we go. He took the cap off the marker and brought it slowly to my face while I was immobilized. No! I let out my death throes. Beaten so soundly because we were reading way too into it.